Coming up on 6:30 this morning on Up with KREM, we're talking about Christmas tree syndrome and why health experts say they're seeing a rise in cases this year.
And we've got some strong wind early on this morning. That's making for some tricky travel. I'll break down when that wind comes to an end and when you can expect sun to return.
Coming up, returns made easy. Walmart's new plan to pick up unwanted gifts from your home.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, 6:30 now. Hey, take a look at this. If you missed it last night, we're loving seeing the pictures and videos of the Christmas star. It's actually two planets. It's visible best after sunset. So it's actually Jupiter and Saturn aligning, creating that bright spot in the sky. Look at that. You can actually see the rings. Very cool. All right, this video is actually from our sister station, Washington, D.C. They got a great look at the Christmas star. It was a little cloudy here, but a few lucky people got a few breaks in the cloud and got these pictures and sent those in to us. So thank you if you sent in those pictures or videos. We'd love to see them. Hey, and Jeremy, the good news is, I know it was a bit cloudy last night. We still have a chance to see it maybe tonight and for the next few days.
Yeah, you can still get out tonight and catch it. That's the great news here, is that those planets are actually transitioning by each other quite slowly. So the next few nights, as we head toward Christmas, you can still see the Christmas star.
That video is just phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. You could still see the rings around Saturn.
Yeah, wow, that was amazing. I didn't expect that at all.
You know, you could use binoculars if you have binoculars. Not all of us have telescopes, but you can use binoculars. It'll add a little more definition when you see those two planets off in the sky. Just wait until after the sun sets to bust those things out to look at the sky. That's your pro tip.
Love that tip, Jeremy. Now, you got any pro tips for us? We're not going to bring up what you said about Christmas. We'll give you a little break. But what can we expect on our forecast this morning?
Expect wind. It is a very windy start to the day. If you have to go up and over any mountain pass today, wait. That's your other pro tip. Wait as long as you possibly can, because conditions will improve throughout the day today and as we get into the day tomorrow. Notice the wind in Coeur d'Alene kind of shaking those trees. Jen just said, ooh, they're shimmering because of that shake. And I gotta agree, look kind of fun. But that wind is keeping us quite mild in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Temperatures above freezing. It's a similar case across much of the inland Northwest. Not until you get up and over those mountain passes do you find cooler temperatures. But unfortunately, that also correlates with some snow coming down. When you see that wind, notice by about the middle part of the day, it's just breezy. By this evening, it's basically calm. And that's the good news, because we still have that snow coming down. That's creating low visibility. A couple semis slipped out there on Interstate 90 as you head into Montana, or from Montana into Idaho, westbound lanes. We saw snow calming close overnight for a similar situation. So things are slowly improving. By this afternoon, there will be drastic improvements. Sunshine, things should dry out, temperatures will stay around freezing, so do expect some of that snow to remain on the roadway as we scoot through the day. Temperatures in town staying in the 30s. It's much colder now. We have a new air mass. All this wind is ushering in that new air mass. It's drier, it's colder, it offers more sunshine, at least through the middle part of the week. And yeah, everybody's talking about it. There is a chance of snow as we get into the weekend, and some of that could arrive on Friday. We'll have to wait for the full forecast for the timing. Yeah,
all right, Jeremy, thank you so much. It is 6:33 now. Well, today Spokane County is distributing free PPE for small businesses and nonprofits. Now, this applies to businesses with 249 or fewer employees, but they must register beforehand. That PPE includes hand sanitizer, disinfecting cleaner, and masks. It runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. You can text PPE to 509-448-2000 for the link to register.
Now, if you joined us yesterday here on Up with KREM, we showed you this graphic from our sister station in Boise that takes a closer look at the current COVID-19 situation in Idaho. But today, I want to take a closer look at North Idaho specifically, starting by looking at hospitalizations reported by the Panhandle Health District. So as of today, we have seen 74 straight days of at least one new hospitalization reported in North Idaho. Nearly 30% of those hospitalizations are linked to people in their 70s, and nearly 24% are from people in their 80s. So now, let's add in the 14-day moving average over the top. By doing that, we can see hospitalizations in North Idaho have been pretty consistently rising since October. And really, there's been a few dips, but never longer than a week. So it's been pretty consistent. I want to take a look, though, at reported numbers of deaths in North Idaho. As of today, this year shows that in North Idaho, by far, November has been the worst month. 44 new deaths reported in that month alone out of the 149 throughout the year. Now, as we look at this data, 103 of the overall reported deaths, so we're talking more than 2/3, have been reported in Kootenai County. And earlier I mentioned that people in their 70s and 80s being at the highest risk of hospitalization in North Idaho. Yeah, the same can be said about deaths. People in their 70s and 80s make up about 2/3 of all COVID-linked deaths in North Idaho. By the way, to date, there have been 0 COVID-related deaths in North Idaho linked to anyone under the age of 50 years old. Now, this data we have behind me right now, this is showing overall case numbers in North Idaho, and I think the only way we can really get some proper context of the situation is by comparing it to Spokane County. So give me a minute here. The Idaho Panhandle has a population that's about 150 to 175,000 less than what we see in Spokane County, right? So with that in mind, it would make sense that as you look throughout the year, these orange lines, which represent Spokane County, they're higher than North Idaho. They're stacked up right next to each other. You can see this dark greenish blue is the North Idaho area. But starting around mid-October here, we do see those lines kind of mixing a little bit more as North Idaho's numbers start to climb. And today, I want you to look at how they're mixed. It's pretty much a coin flip on which area is going to have the higher case totals on any given day. And again, that's with about 150,000 to 175,000 less people than in Spokane County. So it really adds some gravity right now to just how drastically these COVID cases are climbing in North Idaho. And this is a situation we will keep our eyes on as we push into the new year. Dana Marie?
Well, taking a look at what's trending this morning, just in time for Christmas, Walmart is making it easier to return items for its customers. Now, the retail giant has teamed up with FedEx for the new service, and it's actually free. Walmart will pick up items shipped and sold by Walmart.com for customers and from customers' homes. You can schedule a date for pickup through Walmart's website or app and either print a label or stop by a FedEx office location. And still ahead on Up with KREM this morning, Oregon students conducted the interview of a lifetime. What question they had for an astronaut aboard the International Space Station.
Ooh, excited to see that and excited to talk about our changing weather. It offers some sunshine and the possibility of a little bit of Christmas snow. A lot of those details coming up.
All right, true crime fans, listen up. You can also get your fix on the go with a new KREM 2 podcast. One Foot in the Grave follows the story of Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. You can binge all 4 episodes right now. To download, just text the word podcast to 509-448-2000. It's also streaming right now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, and YouTube.